What's going on, y'all? This is Rob with CinemaBullyZ. Today, I'm going to go over the post that I made earlier about seeing these studs in person before you guys breed to them. There's multiple reasons why you should do this. Somebody that is been in the game for a long time told me this right off the gate when I first got into the bully world and what I do with the little bit of breedings that I do. And he explained it to me as, yeah, the dogs look great in pictures. That don't mean shit, pretty much, because there's multiple things you don't know about the dog. You do not know how big he is in actual person. These cameras that they have nowadays can make your dog look 20 pounds heavier than it really is. It gives it the exaggerated features. Also, there's photo editors, the great angles. It all comes into play. And a lot of people that are new to this and do not understand the whole concept of breeding, you guys jump to that like white on rice or flies on shit. You guys swarm to it. And then you guys wonder why your dogs don't look nothing like that dog. And there's multiple reasons why, but we'll get to that. But the reason why you want to see these dogs in person, number one, you want to put hands on them. You want to see what they actually look like in person, from their size to their height, to their head shape, to their whole overall structure. You want to see all this. Anybody can make dogs look great in pictures. Period. So you want to do that. On top of that, you want to see how the dog moves. You want to see how clean his feet really are, because a lot of people hide their feet in the grass. So there's a reason that's going on. Also, a lot of these extreme featured dogs are stretched out. So they're stretched out for a reason, and the reason is the rear looks like a fucking Matchbox car ramp, because it's so damn high. That's why the dog's stretched out. And anybody that is a real breeder knows this. That's why a lot of these big name guys do not breed to big name dogs. I'm not saying all of them are like this, but a lot of them are. So going back to the whole, why to, do your research, yeah. Somebody commented saying that, they researched the dog's pedigree and they researched the dog and his productions. And, that's great and all, but does that dog throw his look? Does he throw the size? Does he throw the head shape? Does he throw the color, which doesn't matter at all? But if that's what you want, does he do that? And then everyone forgets, it's not just the stud. You got to have the female to go with that stud, that complements that stud, that is similar to that stud. You can't breed an American Bully to a Pit Bull and expect them all to be bully. You can't expect to breed an extreme to a classic built dog and expect them all to be extreme dogs. It's just not going to happen that way. And I get people jump to it because they see it and they're like, wow, that dog's amazing, so big and bully, but then you wonder why these dogs ain't in the show ring. That's why, because they are not show quality dogs. Also, the reason why you want to see these dogs in person, because you want to see if the dog can even breathe. Most of these dogs can't breathe. Over extreme dogs, their palates are enlarged, their airways aren't right, they're something to do with their nasal cavity isn't developed correctly. They have heart murmurs. Anyone can hide that. You could say, oh, my dog is fucking embarked. Embarked don't mean shit, just so you guys know. Show me an actual evaluation of your dog from the vet. Let me see the cardiogram. Let me see, the overall health evaluation of the dog. And having the report that the dog does not have a heart murmur, that doesn't have hip dysplasia, doesn't have any breathing problems, any nasal passageway issues, all that stuff comes into play. Some breeders do all this. and I salute you guys because I don't even do all that. But if somebody requested it for me to get it checked out to do a breeding that they're spending $2,500 to $5,000 on a stud fee, I'll take my dog to the vet and get him evaluated. That's just the type of person I am. Because I'd like to know too, just in general. So eventually I will do it also. But if someone personally requests it, I will go do it. Personally, I know that all my dogs that I currently have, according to my vet, none of them have heart murmurs. None of them have hip dysplasia. None of them have any breathing issues other than soft palates, big palates, which, I mean, I'm straight up about it. I mean, it is what it is. My one dog, I'm going to have to get surgery on most likely, just to make sure he breathes correctly and enjoys his life and doesn't, have any type of breathing issues because he likes to play. He's not just a couch potato dog. And that just comes with the territory with these dogs, especially when you inbreed, line breed, etc. So, like I said, you guys need to understand and be real and think rationally about breeding to these dogs. You're wasting your money, you're wasting your time, you're not producing shit. All you're doing is flooding the market. And then you want, like I said, I had a guy tell me his dog looked just like the stud. That, and the stud, I seen him in person. He's a, impressive dog. And he was like, oh, my dog looks just like him. This is one of his first produced sons. I commented back on the post, that dog looks nothing like him. The guy was like, thought I was fucking joking. That dog looks nothing like him. That dog looks not good. And to be nice. That dog is not correct. That dog is not boned up. It's not short and compact like his father. Not big neck. He has a big head, but that's all the dog had. So make sure when you guys are doing these breedings also that the stud that you guys are picking matches the female that you're breeding it to. That complements it, that's similar built, that similar shape, and if that's not the case, then you guys need to just reevaluate your whole program and buy the dogs that you want to produce, or produce the dogs that you'd like to eventually produce. And that's what I'm doing with my program. I'm going back to dogs that were in the early 2000s, and I am putting my twist on it with the blood that I have now. And that's what I'm doing. I'm also, like I said, I also just did a really, really tight line breeding, which was Matrix, bred to ABKC champion, CinemaBullyZ, Queen of the Damned, which that's going to tighten up all up front. The puppies will be 3 times Grand Champion Stacks, 3 times Game Changer. They'll have Grand Champion Concrete in there. And then I think Champion Little Bow Wows in there. And some other good stuff. They got Shredders in there. Power Play Bullies. He has the Father's Doom. So, of Queen of the Dam. So the blood's going to be very tight. Because I'm bringing all that stuff that's back in Doom's generations, four times back, I believe. And I'm bringing all that shit back up front. So by doing that, that blood's going to be tight. It should throw a consistent look. And I should get what I want out of it. And from Matt Zimmerman's experience with inbreeding that Grand Champion Stacks blood and that Game Changer blood, the dogs end up becoming shorter, more compact, more of a pocket-sized dog with muscle, bone, and a blockier head. And I've also seen some of his inbred stuff, and it actually is what he says it is. Shorter, compact, blocky heads, good movement, no breathing issues, no health issues. It's pretty healthy, blood. It's not, there's not too many defects that come with it. So, and then with the other dogs in my yard, CinemaBullyZ Obsidian, he's inbred 3 times Magoo, 3 times Miyagi on the mother's side, with some muscle tone blood, which contains Grand Champion Casablanca, muscle tones Honey and Honey, 2 different honeys, And then that was bred to Doom. So then I brought that Grand Champion Stacks blood, Game Changer blood, and brought that into the mix with all that heavy muscle tone blood. And you see what I got. I got, a very nice stud. The only problem is he has a short tail, and besides that, the dog is pretty impressive. He's 17 or 18 months old almost now, and he 24-inch head, 75 pounds, 16 and a half inches at the withers. Can't go wrong with that. It's a very impressive dog. I mean, he looks great. He can move. Like I said, he's going to need a palate surgery, but, a lot of people will get that done. I mean, it is what it is. It's not a cheap surgery either, so make sure you have the money to put out if your dog ends up having a soft palate, because it can kill them. So, other than that, I've inbred Lucky Luciano, bred to some G-Train blood off of, Clutch Kennels. They had the dog, the mother, Champion Ava, bred to Lucky Luciano. So, and that turned out being nice. And then I believe Ava also had Lucky Luciano in her, so we bred that to a Champion Lucky Luciano son, which is Champion Sriracha. So he's, tight Lucky on 3 generations of his pedigree. There's Lucky, I believe it's twice. So he's doubled up Lucky right in the front in the first 2 generations going back. So his blood's pretty tight. I would like to tighten that up a little bit more. Like, I'd like to breed him directly to a Lucky daughter, or maybe breed him to one of his daughters, see what happens. But this is all stuff that you guys need to see and get your vision of what you want your program to be. I'm on the path of getting there, and I've been in the game for about 4 years. I champed out a dog in less than 2 years, and which was Queen of the Damned. That was my first champ, and then I just champed out CinemaBullyZ Furion, which is the inbred Lucky Luciano son, or grandson. So I have 2 champs and 2 years of me being in the bully show ring, at least. And then also Queen of the Damned sister, owned by Sly Bullies, Xena, she's also a champion. So that was my second litter, and I have 2 female champions off that litter. The other 4 dogs are all in pet homes, so they are not in the show ring. But if I could bring out 2 of them, the 2 males that look good, they would probably also be champions as well. But one of them's fixed, and one of them isn't in my grasp to even try to bring in the ring. So, that being said, what I'm doing seems to be working. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not saying I'm the best. I'm not saying I know everything. I just know that, my father was in the breeding, American Pit Bull Terriers from the 80s all the way to the early 2000s. And they were all game dogs. And he knew how to breed dogs, which is why he had, 2 grand champions and a few champion bitches. And, he knew what he was doing, and he had, kind of, guess he paved the way for me to understand the whole concept of breeding dogs. And which is why when I saw the American Bullies, 4 or 5 years ago, I instantly wanted to be a part of it. So here I am. And I hope this video helps you guys get away from the clout and understand, don't breed anything just because of a picture. Do your research, see the dog, ask questions. You ask some of these questions to some of these breeders, they're not even going to answer you. They're going to block you, delete you, tell you to fuck off, because they can't be honest with themselves with some of the shit that they say about their dogs. Like, there's so much lies and deceit and betrayal and shady shit that goes on in this. And I'm bringing some light to it. Like I said, I don't bring names up unless it's good things, but I do know a lot of bad stuff with a lot of people also, but you know, I'm not gonna bring that up, especially on platforms, just because I don't want to, don't want to go to jail anytime soon. So it's not, it's never a good thing. So, that being said, like I said, do your research, see these dogs in person, see your vision through. And honestly, if you got nice dogs in your yard, use your own stuff. It will save you time, energy, headache, stress, and you will get most likely better dogs because you know what you have and you're not being lied to. Which I said, sadly but true, a lot of these people do. So stay woke. I hope this helped you guys out. And if you have any questions, drop them below. I haven't posted a video in a minute, so I wanted to throw this up. And see you guys at the next shows. I'll be at 2 Jersey shows. So if you want to come up, say what's up, say what's up. All right. Take care, guys. Later.